Welcome to White Shoulders Boar Goats and Farmstead. Well, good morning. It is Tuesday, January 4th. We got some snow. We had about 3 inches. It was really cold. So my job today, after chores, is to clear the driveway. I started on it, but when it's 0 degrees outside, it's not a lot of fun to do. So anyway, I better go get the tractor started. I'm hoping the door will open because it might be frozen. Well, I got lucky. When it's really cold, this is how I start it. So you hold your key backwards for 10 seconds. And then you start it. The tractor running to let it warm up and get started on the chores. Check on a doe. Alright, so everybody did well with the freezing temperatures, even the crybabies. They've had their breakfast already. And I weighed them yesterday. Little Christy weighed 15 pounds. She's gained 2 pounds since she was born on Christmas. And little Spazzy weighed 17 pounds, which isn't a great gain, but it is for him. He's not your normal kid, so that's good that he gained. I think the kids are over there in the corner playing, having a good old time. But they are growing. I haven't weighed any of the kids, so out here. Okay, so little update here. Since Ellie is no longer with us, I have moved the yearlings to the milk shed. Just because I needed a place to put the dry does, the ones that lost their babies. So that's why these two are over here. Still can't keep them out of the feeder. So these are the yearlings that were in the barn. It's a little dark in here. They're doing really good. Now it's time to go feed the fellas. Oh, where Hercules went. There he is. Says he's ready for his food. It's warm in here. There you go, buddy. He waits until I leave. He's grown quite a bit this last few months. He's a big dog now. Time to go feed the horses. Might have to bring the pitchfork down. They still have hay, so they'll probably be out by the time the next really cold spell hits. Have to run the hose today, so that should be fun. If you often wondered how I keep everybody watered, I still run a water hose. So far we haven't had any frozen water tanks, so everybody's happy. Have plenty to drink. Now it's time to feed the barn crew. Here they are, patiently waiting for me to run them out of the barn and fill their feeders so that I can let them back in again. The dry does are in here, and the reason they're in here is because they needed to dry up, and they're not getting fed the same ration that the does with kids are, so that's why I put them in a dry pen, because the other feed will make them fatter, and they don't need that, so they're in here becoming dry does. Okay, I didn't show all of that, but I cleaned out the feeders and put the feed down, and they are ready for their feed, so I better hurry. It's like a stampede. Here they all come. I think they're all in here. They'll pester their mothers, and I'll go get a bale of alfalfa. This is a typical feeding time ritual. Back and forth, round and round. It's just how they do. Now what you can't see is over here where these guys are all in the feeder like they're not supposed to be. Feed the dog. She came in here a little while ago. I came out yesterday and there was a puppy outside of the box. I turned the box because of the south wind. I dump this out every day and she fills it back up. She covers her dog food. Let's see what the puppies are doing. Hi, puppies. Look at the little puppies. Hi. They look like they're doing pretty good. Probably start putting them on some food with some powdered milk in it, because their eyes are open and they look like they're just doing pretty good. Here, out of the wind. Whew. I love their alfalfa. And the babies are really starting to eat. I had to give them more grain today. I've been only giving them about a half to a pound. And so I gave them just a little bit more today. Well, I noticed when it was really cold and they were all stuck in here for a while, I didn't lock them in. They chose not to go outside. They really started eating the feed, which is good for the babies. I'm still not really all that good at blading the driveway, and I should have put the blade on the tractor, but I would had to take the carryall off, and it has cinder blocks on it, and it's really kind of heavy, so I just figured I'd do it with the bucket. And it turned out okay. The sun came out and a lot of it was melted off the same day, so it all worked out in the end. Well, good morning. It's Thursday. As you can see, since I bladed the driveway, it melted off pretty good, so there's not that much snow left on the drive. It's 5 degrees, feels like minus 13 this morning, and so this week you're not going to get a whole lot of video just because it is so flippin' cold outside. I don't want to be out here, and I know the animals don't want to be. Good morning, Hilly. So I put the alfalfa out. That keeps them entertained. While I don't always put hay out in the barn. I only do that when the temperatures are like they are now, where they're really cold. That way they don't have to go out in sub-zero winds and try to eat. Yes, they probably are a little bit spoiled, but at least they're eating. That's what I want them to do, is eat. I weighed a couple of these babies yesterday. I'm one back there running across. I wrote it down, but he's in the 35-pound size. So I weighed him. He's about 35 pounds. I weighed the one that picks on me all the time, 106. She's about 23 pounds. And they're all about 30 days old. That big one, let's see, where did he go? One facing you right there, that one. He weighs 38 pounds. Had a month old. So these are going to be some big fellas. I like seeing the kids eat because that just means that they're growing, they're learning, and their mothers are all good eaters. That makes their kids good eaters, because it's monkey see, monkey do with these guys. They see mom doing it, they're going to do it. So Hera's being mean to the kids, not wanting to share. In the barn here today, it's not that bad. I did open the front door up, the south door. The wind is actually coming right out of the north, so it kind of blocks us. There's 106. She's always down there eating something. She's eating with her mom. That's a chubby little goat right there. I don't think you can really see some of this on camera, but he is wide, he's long, and he's just chunky. Okay, so it's 10 minutes after 11. It's time to heat up the bottles for the kids. And I use my rice cooker food steamer. I put it on cook for a couple of minutes to get the water hot, and then I fill up the bottles. I'm using actual goat milk that I froze and saved, and put the lids on. These are lambar nipples. They just pop right down on top of the bottle. That's an old beer bottle. It doesn't matter what kind of bottle you use. I found that the beer bottles will heat up faster because they're glass. I've been using this beer bottle for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I guess. It's a 12-ounce bottle, but not all the way to the top. And then you just put your nipple on. They just pop on, and they don't come off unless you pull them off. If they're loose, you don't want that. But I got that on cook, so then I just put my bottles in, put it down on warm. I come back in 45 minutes, and then I take it out to the kids. So, as you can see, when I come out here, I keep the bottles in my coat. Keep them warm. I like to put the bottles down before I sit down, because I don't want milk all down the front of me, because it's kind of cold. But anyway, I sit down, and I have to get the bottle in Spazzy's mouth. Well, wait a minute. And then little Miss Christy here, she just drinks away. But anyway, this is feeding bottle babies. This is 3 times a day right now. This one eats her bottle and smashes it in half. And it's fun to get back like it's supposed to be because she sucked so hard. Spazzy, on the other hand, he just eats slower. Whatever is wrong with him. He has gained weight since he was born, so evidently it doesn't stop that. It's not the greatest gain, but he does gain weight, so not everybody can put a kid on a bottle at 3 weeks old, and I won't even tell you to try, because a lot of times it's very difficult. Even with experience, you won't get them on a bottle at 3 weeks. But this is a 3 times a day thing. I come in here, I sit with them, and they get their milk. Christy tries to steal his milk because he's slower. And by the way, she's eating more than he is. No. She's eating about 16 ounces, maybe a little bit more. He's lucky to get 12 down him. Actually, I'd say the last 4 feedings have actually gone really well. I don't know why, they just have. He seems like he is drinking faster. I did, however, give him B complex at least once a day in his bottles for the first week, because I didn't think that he was, I still don't think that he's eating. I mean, he might be nibbling stuff, but I don't think he is. It's all gone, buddy. Really, it's all gone. It's empty. Now he'll probably scream at me. And she just climbs all over you. But it usually only takes just a couple of minutes, and then they're fed, and then they just want to play or go back to their barrel. They do have a heated barrel. She did get disbutted on Monday. I just buttered her, and it didn't really even affect her, didn't stop her. She just got purple medicine all over everywhere. I'm her Uncle Jim. She'd just as happy be in the house, I think. She doesn't really know she's a goat. But if you have bottle babies, it's always better to have two instead of one, because then they can, they have somebody to play with. And usually if you got one that's a little bit older, they teach the other one how to eat, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So if you're looking for some new channels to watch, go check out the LaLa Farm and check out Dreaming Fields. I watch both of them regularly. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share with your friends. And I'd like to say thank you to all of the new subscribers. I'm very happy that you're here, and I hope that you're enjoying our channel. Have a great weekend. See you soon.